Welcome back. This is going to be part 2 and going more in depth of what the interview process looks like, things that you can do to prepare yourself for the assessment tests, also some other information you can gather as you apply, reference letters, and maybe kind of things on your resume that you could add, and also my experience of what I put on there and what I've gone through. And so we'll continue on to part 2 on how to become a plumber and its in-depth process. So, Amazon.com is resourceful. You can also go to your local bookstore. They possibly might have these books. So to prepare for your assessment test, I recommend that you get the WorkKeys Applied Math, the WorkKeys Locating Information, and also this is I think it's mainly used for the trades or assessment tests in general. I also read some of the, it's kind of similar to the test, the SAT test kind of, but it's not as in-depth, I don't think, absolutely. And I didn't take the SATs, but this is the WorkKeys Secrets Study Guide. Memotrix, I believe, is test preparation. A lot of people might use that style of testing. So I would recommend, this is going to cost you probably about $60 to get these books, but it's really practical if you haven't done math in a while like myself. It'll help you brush up on geometry and algebra and figuring out just different formulas and things that you just don't remember. So that's I highly recommend if you want to test well, or at least have more of a grasp of the information they're going to give you on the test. Get those books, really resourceful. Another thing that I recommend is gathering reference letters. So I was fortunate enough over the past 6 months to a year, also a little bit before that, but I know a master electrician. He's one of my friends, and so talking to him about the trades, very similar. Plumbers and electricians deal with different things, but kind of the formula and the pathway is very similar, I think. And so being able to talk to him and get more information just about what kind of the daily work looks like, working with a journeyman, working with different contractors and kind of the environment, also kind of what he did and what he was on the board for the actual apprenticeships. So I picked his brain, asked him a lot of questions. He was a big help for me. So I got a reference letter from him. I also got a reference letter from a brother-in-law who's also a project manager, and so that was helpful just to kind of have more of a characteristic or character developed reference letter. And then I also had one, I did roofing for about a year, and so I was able to do that. I was way back, like 10 years ago. So I contacted him, and he was able to provide a reference letter. So I would really try, and like, reference letters don't necessarily have to be people in the industry, though that does help. Look for people that are, 1, professional, 2, are reputable, and 3, can and really kind of vouch for you. I think that's the one that's important, is someone that's going to vouch for you, someone that gives you, highlights your strengths, and just shows that this apprenticeship program can also trust taking the risk and trusting you that you're going to commit to this program. I think that's the biggest thing they need to see from you, is not only your commitment, but are other people, and are you willing to tell other people what you're doing and for them to back you up. So reference letters are huge, and you give those when you do give your application. So make sure you have those ready. Another thing you're going to need to get ready is your diploma. So you're also going to get transcripts. So make sure you have your high school diploma printed out. Like, you're going to need the actual copy, because they need a copy of that, or a GED certificate. And you're going to need transcripts, so get a couple of those. So you might want to apply to a couple of different unions to see what they might need. And also, I think that's enough information for you. We'll go into what the interview process looks like as you apply, but hopefully those tips will guide you in the right direction.